Hey, what's up, gamers? This is Mystic. As I've been playing this past few weeks, I've been hearing more and more about the new world that's coming out in the spring. The new world that's coming out in the spring. And I thought I might talk about this for just a little bit. Maybe give some of my own views on the matter. Excuse me. Maybe give some of my own views on the matter. Maybe get somebody else thinking about what's going on. At the end of Chrysalis, after you defeat Morganth, this Old Cob fellow who's been helping you through the latter part of that experience, I guess a good way to put it would be he kind of reveals his true self. Not in that he shows you who he is or what he is. My own thought on that, by the way, is that he's some kind of an arachnid. Not necessarily like the arachnid that there are, but you saw whenever his eyes lit up inside of his hood, that's how a spider's eyes work. Anyhow, he was talking about some of the different worlds, and I'm going to pop over there really quick and do his scene and let you see what he says, and then we'll talk about it really quick. I have my own ideas about what the new world's going to be, and I thought I might share them with you all. So I will be right back, and I will pop over there and finish up that quest really quick and get Cobb on film so we can talk about what's going on. Alright, I'll be right back. It seems like King's Isle always leaves clues as to what's going to happen in the future. I mean, it starts out with little clues, and they get bigger as time progresses. Here we go, look at this.
Light and life to the land. Well done.
See, from his hands, he looks like he might be one of those mantises or something like that. He's got the three-fingered hands like they do.
I am pleased I was able to see Chrysalis restored. The Arachna will suffer for a time, but they will get over it.
Okay.
And now it is time for us to see the spiral.
See, he's got the eyes like one of those arachnid too.
To see what we have missed for being locked away for so long.
And he refers to himself as us and we.
Fly free, my children. Marry and make war. Build fleeting empires and towers of cards and beautiful disasters.
It's like he was holding onto a colony or something like that.
Fly through the spiral to Polaris Empyrea and Mirage, to the hidden lands and the broken shores.
To the hidden lands and the broken shores. There's another clue.
Dear wizard, say goodbye to Chrysalis and hello to Merle Ambrose and Bartleby Flay. It is time to write a new prophecy. See, look at those. I have to say, they look kind of like demons. Okay. Let me cut this off here for just a minute. And I will get back to the house and continue the discussion. I hate to be out in the middle of a bunch of stuff going on, you know, other people talking and whatnot like that. So I'm going to go back to the house and finish up this discussion. I'll be right back. Okay, now that we've seen what Old Cob has had to say, he's talking about Polaris and Empyrea and Mirage. Now, I don't necessarily know that they're going to be in that order, but if you guys play Pirate 101, Polaris is mentioned there. It's like a cold world thing with polar bears. Like Grizzleheim, except, I would say actually like Grizzleheim and Wintertusk mixed together. You know, it's a cold thing with polar bears and whatnot like that. It also, and this is something they really haven't gotten into, I mean, deeply, with Celestia. I'm thinking that Polaris might have something to do with a space setting. You know, something out in space. They've had Celestia, and that's really as close as they've touched aliens. And I think that Polaris will either be its own world, but I more likely think that it'll be a lead on to the other things, to Empyrea and Mirage. Empyrea is mentioned in, I believe it's Wisteria. Oh, where is it? Anyhow, there's a spice merchant that talks about rainbow squid ink or something like that that comes from Empyrea. So they've apparently been cooking this batch of stew for a little while now, coming up with this stuff. The Mirage thing, that one student in Wisteria talks about being from Mirage, and it's like a desert land with oasis and stuff like that. The cat, I forget what her name is. I can't recall it off the top of my head, but you guys know who I mean. I'm thinking that Polaris is going to be like a bridge kind of thing to these new worlds, and I think that this hidden lands and broken shores things aren't new worlds, but that they're like parts or areas within the worlds you're talking about. Now, again, whether it's Polaris or Mirage or what have you, I don't have any solid evidence of any of this because, you know, I don't have insider tips. I'll be the first to tell you that. You know, nobody's feeding me information from the company, and even if they were, I wouldn't say anything about it. I mean, not like that. But I think the Polaris is going to be the new world, and I think from everything that everything I hear, it's going to be like in late April or early May. I believe that Old Cob is going to have a role, but I don't really think that he's a bad guy. I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, Cob is this and Cobb's that," you know, and in reading that prophecy thing with the raven versus the spider thing, that's another thing, by the way, with the eyes and the whole spider prophecy thing makes me think he's some kind of a spider. Anyway, I lost my train of thought for a second. I don't think he's going to be a bad guy necessarily. He's going to be some kind of a pivotal figure like Grandmother Raven. But I don't think he's going to be a bad guy because he had too many chances to mess us up while we were here and didn't do it. And I mean, sure, he wanted Morgantha gone and saw us as the avenue to do that, sure. But he didn't take any chances to foul us up after Morgantha was gone. So I don't think he's going to be a bad guy necessarily. But I do think that Polaris is going to be either the first world in this new set or a lead-in to getting to the other ones. So I guess we'll have to see. See how close I am on this. Again, with everyone, the theories are flying wildly, and King's Isle loves to drop really far out. They like to drop just a few tiny little hints, and then as they get closer, they drop a few more. You know, and they build up with their hints until right before it releases. So I guess we're going to see. My bet is the Polaris is going to be a lead-in world to the other ones, and that the hidden lands and broken shores are simply areas within those worlds. Alright, so guys, if you have some thoughts or theories about this, or you know, maybe you remember something or heard something or whatever, let's see if we get together, put this plan together and see what we can come up with. Alright? Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Maybe leave me a comment about other games, other series you'd like for me to play. If you want, leave a comment just to talk to me, to give me your theories about the new worlds, to shoot the breeze. Give me your ideas. Love to talk to you guys back. This is Skellimystic reminding you that whatever else you do, always love the game. Peace. Hey, what's up, gamers? This is Skellimystic. I am on one of my lower level alts today because I want to show you how to make a stacked couch potato bed like this one. So this is a 60 plot bed, and it's the largest amount of